Good morning, everyone, and today we are going to do the gummy bear experiment with hypertonic solution and regular water. Um, the materials that we're going to use are, of course, gummy bears. Uh, 2 bowls, one that I'm going to fill with water, just average water, and the other with a hypertonic solution, which I may have gone a little overboard on creating hypertonic. Uh, Considering I have a little bit of a Saltberg going on in there. Uh, so this experiment is going to take several hours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you that I'm pouring in uh, the gummy bears, or pouring over the gummy bears with whatever substance, or dropping the gummy bears in, one of the two. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And on this side, we're going to have the hypertonic solution. So all right, bring that there. There is our hypertonic solution. I'm going to go ahead and put these two, this red one and gold one, inside here, the hypertonic solution. Just drop them in there. I'm going to go ahead and pour the water in the other one. And I also have a red and gold or yellow one that I'm going to drop in here. So we're going to let this sit, and I'm going to come back to it after several hours, and we're going to see what the effect of the hypertonic solution and the regular water is on the gummy bears. And we'll have a further explanation of what happened and why it happened then. Hey everyone, after about 4 or 5 hours, I went and checked and wanted to make sure that I got this before I think they exploded. I may have gotten a little too anxious with the salt water, which is what I've got right here. I'm going to go ahead and try to scoop these out the best I can. I essentially had so much salt in the salt water that it not only shriveled gelatin, which you can kind of see here where the gelatin was, or the main structure of the gelatin. I mean, there's still gelatin there, but it's pretty much flattened. It shrunk so much that it burst and flattened. The same way with the red one. The red one's got a little bit more form, but that sugar's kind of sticky, almost, as you can see. This is flat as well. Now, with the regular water, which I have here, and of course I poured most of the liquid out for me to be able to grab these as best I could. Don't know if I'm going to be able to grab them without them bursting, which is what I'm trying to avoid. So maybe here, there we go. Here is, as you can see, it is swollen, very much so swollen. Grab that one best that I can. lay that down there. Let's see if I can get the red one to cooperate. That one's got a little bit of bursting to it. See that there? It is swollen. So that's swollen with the regular water and shrunk and flattened with the hypertonic solution, the water with all the salt in it. So why does the bear swell in the regular water, and why was it flattened in the hypertonic solution? Well, unlike most candies that are mainly made up of sugars which dissolve in water, gummy bears are made with gelatin. And gelatin is a long chain molecule that twists and forms a solid. So when it's being made, they take water and the gelatin and they heat it up, and as it cools, it leaves, and the gelatin reforms itself, making it that chewy texture. So the water molecules that are solvent in the experiment go through the semi-permeable membrane, which is the jello. So the water is allowed in because of that osmosis of the water going where the higher solute area is the gelatin, and there has to be an equalization where the water rushes in. So it gets larger and larger because it is trying to find that balance, that osmotic balance. Now with salt water, the things that I found when I was looking up the experiment and looking up what happens in a hypertonic solution is that the water would actually be trapped in the gelatin and not be able to leave, and so it'll stay about the same and retain itself. And if you put the swollen ones in the higher salt hypertonic solution, it'll actually shrink them. However, my hypertonic solution was a little overdone, and so that actually broke the gelatin, and so it was able to be flattened and reformed, and its shape altered. But at the core of the experiment, what was supposed to have happened was that it did not, or it was not as effective. It didn't actually shrink it. That is the gummy bear solution, or the gummy bear experiment. Thank you.